Hi everybody, it's Rachel from Wraps by Rachel, and today I have made my first altered book, multimedia arts, boho, all kinds of words that you could sort of use to describe this, but really there's just no one word that can describe this book, which is kind of what I was going for. I was going for something that was weird and experimental and fun-loving and colorful and, as I say, in your face. And I had made this for my friend Lisa. She is coincidentally the first person that I made my first junk journal for, and she's the first person that I have made a multimedia book for. And this is a vintage textbook I found in a used bookstore type place, and maybe I bought it at a thrift store, something like that. I probably spent $1 for this book if I spent anything. I can't imagine I spent more than $1 for it. I bought it quite a while ago, and actually I had done the multimedia portion out of it. So what you can see, the altered book part, so you can see how there's these little gaps that are here. And basically what you do is you take a few pages and then you rip like 5 or 6 pages out, or 10 pages. And then you take 2 pages and then you rip a couple pages out. So you can see where I've like ripped pages out. And then what you do is you glue pages together. And so you can do things like pockets and just have lots of space to clip things out. And it gives this sort of weird texture to the pages, and there we have it. So let's get into what I've done. This is just, a fun ribbon that I attached to the outside. I've glued some multicolored pom-poms on here just to bring out the color of the actual textbook cover. And what's kind of weird is you would think that the inside of the book would have these colors. No, it only has red and then obviously black. So I'm going to pull this off. So I just tried to bring more of those colors in, and opening this really kind of carefully. So here are the first 2 pages, and some of the themes that I did with my decorations are lots of colors and weirdness, and using all different kinds of materials, upcycling what otherwise would be trash. So for example, this here is from I glued this little piece of the same ribbon that I used to tie the book on here. This is from a little gift that I had gotten from like my boss, and it has a cute little quote inside of it. Just all different kinds of things here. I have no idea where I got this multimedia index card, but I'm digging it. I wrote this, "Hey, I'm a pocket," just to call attention to, yes, this is a pocket right here. I put some fun papers in it. And so for each page, I've done a little different ribbon, different textures, different thicknesses, different types of materials, and there we go. So just kind of flipping the pages. I have a lot of different quotes here. This one says, "For a long time, she only flew when she thought no one was watching." That is actually from some art that I have here in my house from a company called Story People. Check them out. Look them up, storypeople.com. Okay, and here's another little pocket. This is from an artist. Her name is Jane Davenport. I have a lot of Jane Davenport stuff that's mixed in here. I love her style. Here's some of that weird original artwork that's here in this textbook. It's all kind of late 60s, early 70s LSD inspired, I guess Peter Max type art. And I've done things like I've glued down papers. This is actually from Discover credit card offer of all things. Here is another pocket. I made this little cutout here into a sun. So yeah, just lots of exuberant colors and patterns, fun things in the pockets. This is from like some tea that I was drinking, pretty good. Here's just a multimedia collage that I made. There's some string from, loose string from this fabric scrap. This particular page is just, its spread is just so weird. We have, you know, the brain, and then, you know, what may happen in the future. And I guess they were thinking that we may have transmitters and receivers and electrodes and cameras and different things inside. I'll bring that up there. That's what they were predicting we were going to do with our brains in the future. I mean, maybe it'll happen. I don't know. This is just a card that I glued down. This is another little image of that card. This right here says, the first time her laughter unfurled its wings in the world, we knew that the world would never be the same. So this one I was taking inspiration from this like brainwaves kind of thing, and this was just so darn weird. I just had to kind of do all kinds of weird colors and stuff. It says there's still colors you haven't seen yet. Hold this in. So for this one, we have this sort of kaleidoscope, Lucy in the sky with diamonds, kind of inspired art. And this is actually from a seltzer container. It was like a cucumber melon seltzer that I drink sometimes. Just thought that kind of went real well. Here's another little pocket. Here's more brainwaves, and I put color outside of the lines. This napkin, along with a lot of the napkins that I've sort of decoupaged down, is from Jane Davenport. This page right here, I want to bring this over here. So this page is actually inspired from this book, Journal Bliss by Violetta. I am friends with this very talented multimedia artist on the internet. She's also friends with my friend Lisa, and I'm going to see if I can find here it is right here. So she has some really great, interesting things. Of course, I lost it. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. So this page right here for the Bohemian border, this is what I sort of drew my inspiration from for these pages right here. And Lisa has moved into her forever home. She worked really hard, saved money, looked for the longest time, and finally bought her forever house. And so I wanted her to be able to draw in for her forever home, but that's where I took that inspiration from. And some pages sort of sticking together here. Just kind of wanted to do like a little explosion of color, kind of like confetti, sort of going all over the place. I stuck this cute little otter in there. Why not? It's just fun. It's cute. There we go. This is actually some vintage wallpaper. This little tab right here, later on I have, this is actually, I'll bring it over. So I just thought that green and the kind of copper color went well together, so I made that into a tab. But elsewhere I have these, that little copper foil paper. It's from like some candy that I had eaten. Maybe chocolates, I forget. This is some napkin that I decoupaged. And this page, I'm gonna bring this up. So the quote there is something like cut out of a magazine. And it says, she wears dewdrops as others wear pearls. And there's that house theme again. This is cut out of a magazine. This little image here is cut out from some Jane Davenport. This napkin here is from Jane Davenport. And I thought that these splotches kind of went really well with these little with these little pieces from the artwork from the book. Okay, so this is something also that I have from the Story People. I think I mentioned the Story People before. Story People is just a bunch of really eclectic art. I've always loved it. It makes me really happy. And so I have something that has this quote on it. It says, "You're the strangest person I've ever met," she said. And I said, "You too." And we decided we'd know each other for a long time. I think that really kind of sums up my relationship with Lisa. We have a very strange history together. We met at very difficult times in our lives, and I lost track of her for a very long time, but then I found her again, and I'm just so happy to have her in my life once again. Anyhow, here's my little otter saying, "Yay, I love you." Okay, this is also from Jean Davenport. Okay, here's some more of the, here's some of that foil. Enter at the promising dawn of a new day. This is from a stencil that I kind of spritzed some distress spray down. There's another little pocket. Okay. Here's a quote from Frida Kahlo. Her view of life, she told her friend, was make love, take a bath, make love again. Good philosophy for life. Here's more Jean Davenport. I kind of thought that this face for this lady really kind of contrasted with the faces here, which this face seems mean to me, this face seems concerning, and this face seems sort of at peace. And I thought that kind of went well with this conflict, anxiety, and defense here. Here's more napkin that I decoupaged down. I'm going to pull this out from this pocket because this is just kind of weird. So this is like some paper. It is this weird cigarette, Israeli Hebrew cigarette paper, and it came in some other craft materials that I bought, and it had nothing to do with the craft materials that I had. I guess they were just using it as like packing material, but I dig it. And so, yeah, we're just kind of putting that right here in this pocket. Okay, so on this page, we had this drawing, Sorrow by Van Gogh. And I wanted to do some other pictures of women that weren't necessarily sorrowful. So this is from a mask lanyard type thing that I got at like the dollar store. This is just part of a face from a magazine. This is just a little bit of duct tape. I just thought the colors kind of went. Okay, more collaging. This here's a pocket. It says, be happy and be bright. So on a page like this, where I really didn't do anything to it, I had kind of covered it with some gesso, and that way it's easy to kind of write over the top. This napkin here is from Jane Davenport, along with just some other elements. Got some pages sticking together here. Stop sticking together. There we go. Okay. So I have this multi-dimensional sticker that says, "This is beautiful." Here's more washi sticker tape from Jane Davenport. This is just from some tissue paper that I had bought, and I wanted to continue sort of with that rainbowy theme, so I kind of did some paint there, and I wrote UBU. And here's another pocket. This is just from the Jane Davenport, and I just like the colors. This is from like a child's type thing, and I put on that jewel tape with the Honor Your Spirit, and then there's a little bit of the raised up beads right there as well. There's more from Jane Davenport. Here's another pocket. This is also from Jane Davenport, and I kind of did my own little splash splatter type things there. I know that Lisa lived in Florida before she moved to Texas, where I met her, so I put the little flamingo there. And here's more of that chocolate foil, and I just did like a little collage with various elements. This is some vintage gift wrap that I just thought kind of went with some of the colors in here. And this is the end of the book. And here I wrote, she wore dewdrops like others wear pearls, which we have elsewhere in the book. And I've put various little jewels all over the place. And that is my book for my friend Lisa.